All right, so next we're going to take a look at the overview homepage for a Wyndham property that has Rate Insight active. So we're here on the Rates tab, but everyone with Rate Insight, including all the Wyndham properties, will also have access to the overview page. You can think of this as your homepage view where you can see hopefully a summary of everything in one page. One quick look, and then of course you can dive in deeper. So we can see top insights, we can see comparison here. Sorry, I didn't mean to click over. So we can see our insights and we can view by just certain competitors or all our competitors. One thing as well is since this particular property does have short-term rental rate, you can see that median short-term rental rate is also included on this page up at the top. One thing to note, I don't see any here, but if there are X's, would mean that that particular property is sold out. Perhaps these ones. These darker sections are weekends. That's Friday, Saturday night across the platform, pretty much. You can change the date range here. You can also default to the next 30 days, which is what we'll typically see here, or change it to the next 60 days. If I do switch to 60 days, we can see a little bit more here. You'll also notice that now we're seeing a week view versus day by day with each data point, so something to note. If I were to go back to 30 days or even on the 60-day, if I do want to click for like a date range, for example, I can zoom in, check that out, which is kind of cool. We can also reset if we want to zoom back out and see the full 30 days again. Scrolling down, we can see market trends here on this page. So price differences between me and my competitors. In general, this particular property is about 15% lower versus their primary comp set here. Keeping in mind that Wyndham support admins will set those competitors for each hotel. If I click here, it'll take me right to the spot in Rate Insight where this exists, even though it is market trends. I can also, and then from there, deep dive into everything. This particular account does not have any accepted events in this next 30-day date range. But if I wanted to see suggested events, I could click here. And if I did have events coming up, they would be listed. You can also see distribution health. So we can see our ranking on the different channels. So the ranking tab pulling in here. Also seeing parity issues. So I do see one parity issue right here, and the average loss is $5 for that. So if I wanted to click in deep, that'll take me over to my parity tab within Rate Insight. Check it out. We can also just see overall ranking on each of the 3 shop channels, and also parity issues specifically for each, if there are them. If I were to click channel details, for example, it's going to take me over to the parity tab and it's going to break it down for me here. I can also click in even deeper if I'd like to. One thing to note is right now I'm viewing versus yesterday. I also have the ability, and that's the default, to view versus 3 days ago or 7 days or even 2 weeks ago, 14 days. And it'll just take a moment to refresh. I can also, typically the default is best flex here, or the bar rate, but you can also do the lowest rate if you prefer, or you just want to see the trends there on this page. By default, booking.com is selected, but if you wanted to see where you are with your brand.com rates, you could view that as well. We can also adjust for if we want to compare rates for 1 night and 2 guests. These are the default. These are set. by the rate shop. So whatever admin sets up for this particular property in the rate shop and rate insight is going to be what default populates here. Knowing that they can go back and change that here if they want, right? So that's just where it's pulling from. Over here, you can also set alerts. So you'll notice this little bell icon. If I were to bust it out, I can see some alerts that are already set for this particular account. So for example, they want to know on Sunday, December 22nd, if short-term rental picks up by 7 or more percent, or short-term rental changes down $13. They want to know this. So you can set alerts, and you do that up here in the top right, my alert setting. And this will walk you through, but essentially you can set alerts based on competitors or short-term rentals if that's enabled for the account, which it is for this case. When you are done, you can X out and just take a peek. You can also favorite something, so if you want it to be at the top, it can be added to your favorites or removed, or you can add a favorite down here. So these are things I'm checking. What's going to happen is if I do have an alert, as we can see here, I have 31 currently, I'll get a prompt as well as the next time I log in, as well as an email if those particular alerts do take place that I've set. So nice to see. You can also always check out which ones I have set here. So this is the overview page. That's all the biggies. And we're going to dive into a knowledge check next.